The Hermit's Path. Every life follows a path. Most people move through their days without thinking much about the small habits that guide them, the words they speak, the choices they repeat, the routines that quietly shape who they become. The Hermit's Path is a place to slow down and look at those small things. In this series, we explore simple ideas and practical steps that can help bring a little more awareness and intention into everyday life. Nothing complicated, just thoughtful ways to live a little more deliberately, one small step at a time. Ode to the Walking Stick. There's something about the weight of a walking stick in your hand. Not heavy, just there, solid. It doesn't rush you, doesn't ask anything of you. It just comes along, step by step. In a world that's always pushing forward, always trying to get somewhere faster, the walking stick reminds me there's no need for that. One step is enough, then another. The path takes care of itself. Out here, most days, I walk alone, not in some dramatic way, just alone. The woods, the dogs, the sound of my boots on the ground. That's enough. And somewhere along the way, the walking stick stopped being just a tool. It became something else. It helps, of course, keeps your balance when the ground turns uneven, lets you test what's ahead before you step into it. Mud, rock, loose dirt. You learn to trust what's in your hand before you trust what's under your feet. Sometimes it clears a branch. Sometimes it gives you something to lean on when the hill gets steep. But most of the time, it just gives your hand something to hold. And that matters more than people think. There's a kind of quiet that comes with walking like that. No destination, no reason to hurry, just the rhythm of your steps and that soft, steady tap of wood against the earth. It becomes a kind of conversation, not with words, just presence. A reminder that you're here, that you're moving, that you're still going. People like to talk about journeys like they're supposed to mean something big, like every walk is supposed to lead to some realization. I don't see it that way. A walk is just a walk. You don't have to solve your life out there. You don't have to carry everything with you. Most of the time, the best thing you can do is stop carrying so much in the first place. The walking stick doesn't carry anything for you. It just steadies you while you carry yourself. And for some of us, that's enough. This one I carry, this stick, it wasn't something I picked up off the ground. Donnie gave it to me. That was years ago, before everything changed, before the move, before the mountains, before I really understood what it meant to be on my own out here. He handed it to me like it was nothing. Just a stick. Said, I might need it. He was right. Not just about the land, but about everything that came after. It's worn now, cracked in places, smooth where my hand has rested on it over and over again. Years of the same grip, same rhythm. I could replace it, easily, but I won't, because at some point, it stopped being just wood. It became memory. There are days when I'm walking and I don't think about anything at all, just the trail, the dogs, the air moving through the trees. And then there are days when something catches up with me. A thought, a memory, his voice maybe. And that stick is still there in my hand. Same as it's always been. It doesn't fix anything. It doesn't make things easier. But it reminds me of something simple. I'm still standing, still moving, still here. People talk a lot about strength, about resilience, like it's something loud, something you prove. I don't think that's true. Most of it is quiet. It's getting up again. It's stepping outside. It's walking the same path you've walked 100 times before. And still choosing to walk it. Even when you don't feel like it. Even when there's nothing waiting for you at the end. That's the part people don't talk about. The walking stick doesn't point the way. It doesn't tell you where to go. It just walks with you. Steady. Silent. The way some things stay with you long after they're gone. There's a rhythm to it after a while. Step, tap, step, tap. Your breathing settles into it. Your thoughts slow down. Not because you force them to, but because there's nothing left pushing them. You don't think your way through things out here. You walk your way through them, and sometimes that's all that's needed. No answers, no breakthroughs, just motion, just being. And that's enough. Out here, I've learned something simple. Not everything needs meaning. Not everything needs to be carried. Some things you just set down. And what you keep, it should be something that steadies you, something that doesn't demand anything in return. Something that reminds you you're capable of getting where you need to go, even if you're the only one walking that path. So the next time you step outside, Take a look at what you're holding on to, not just in your hand, but in your life, and ask yourself something simple. What's holding you up right now? And is it helping you move forward or just giving you something to lean on while you do? A few quiet ways to use a walking stick. 1. For balance and stability. Use the stick to test the ground before you step. Mud, loose rock, uneven slopes, it gives you a second point of contact with the earth. Not just safety, but confidence in each step. 2. To slow your pace. Let the rhythm of the stick set your speed. Step, tap, step, tap. It naturally pulls you out of rushing and into a steadier, more intentional walk. 3. To improve focus. Pay attention to the sound and feel of the stick hitting the ground. That small, repeated motion brings your attention back when your mind starts drifting too far. 4. To ground yourself in the moment. When thoughts get heavy, shift your awareness to what's in your hand. The texture of the wood, the weight, the contact with the earth. It brings you back to where you are. 5. To carry less mentally. Instead of trying to think your way through everything, walk it out. Let the movement and the rhythm do the work. The stick becomes a quiet anchor when your thoughts start piling up. 6. To build a simple daily ritual. Pick up the same stick each time you go out. Over time, it becomes part of your routine, something familiar in a world that doesn't always feel that way. 7. To remind yourself you're still moving. Even on the hard days when nothing feels clear, the stick marks your progress. One step, one tap. You're still going. And sometimes that's enough. Walking the hermit's path doesn't require dramatic change. Most of the time, it begins with something small. A new habit, a different way of thinking, or a simple choice made with a little more awareness. If something in this episode resonated with you, consider giving the video a like and sharing it with someone who might also appreciate the idea. And if you'd like to continue exploring simple ways to live more intentionally, be sure to subscribe and join me again along the Hermit's path.